Your punching power is probably awful. I'm going to show you how to naturally increase it by doing less. Now I know I've got a microphone on my head like a proper social influencer person, but it's because the whip that's going to come through this fine physique will just destroy my microphone, and it'll be the same for you. I can guarantee that if you apply this approach to your punching, you will punch harder. You are going to learn how to naturally throw a punch with less kind of tension and more whip. One of my favorite analogies for punching is be a whip, not a bar. A bar hits someone and bruises them. A whip cuts through the flesh right to the bone. That's your punches. How do I become a whip? Well, we're going to go punch by punch, step by step. It's very, very easy. The Ukrainian system that I don't necessarily subscribe to, because I think the footwork stuff they do is nonsense. They do one thing that I think is very, very good, if not paramount to your punch technique. And it is hands down, loose arms. Your arms are going to be a ball on a string. Right, let's start with the jab. From here, hands down, literally hands down, they are balls on a string. I'm in my stance and I'm going to naturally have rhythm in my feet and in my torso. I'm not going to bounce. I'm going to be here, right? I'm going to whip a towel into the enemy's face. With this, bang, okay, here, whack, fast, whack, okay, moving around, ha, ha, there's no tension, ha, ha, simple as, ha, right, I do not want to fully Mexican wave my arm this way. I want to keep the wrist flat, so I'm not here, wrist is flat, bang, so that when I do hit people, and we'll look at it on the bag in a bit, I'm not hitting and my wrist bending. That's one important thing to remember. So whipping that jab in, bang, flicking a towel, bang, whoosh, 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 whoosh. All the time when people ask me about my jab, that is part of the secret. The power comes from very slight push in the back foot, very small twist in the torso, and the speed of the whip. Whack, 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 whack. The cross. You're walking on the beach, you come across a stone, you see the stone, you throw it into the sea. That is how much you think about it. You would not deliberate and break down the way that you throw a stone. You'd pick it up and you'd go. The mechanics of that are the same as a loose cross. Okay? You adjust the trajectory of your arm. Okay? Right, now that follow through on the cross. You watch any cross knockout from someone who's really giving it some. The cross starts from the chin, hits the chin, ends in the pocket. How do we get that whip? Loose, loose, loose. The arm will not hit if you don't pop the hip. So I'm pushing first into the floor, accelerating the hip forward, accelerating the shoulder with it, lift the hand, whack, into the pocket. Okay, loose, whack, into the pocket. Speed, whack, be a whip, not a bar. Here, whack, and again, bang, put them together. And again, and again. Now we are loose. It's loose, loose. That's the key word, no tension. Much like the throwing a stone. If you were going to slap someone, you wouldn't overthink it. You'd go, whack! Take that. Again, whack! How dare you? Oh, whack! I challenge you to a duel, sir. Okay? So, I'm going to set the hook up. I'm going to rip back and I'm going to slap him in the face. I'm going to push through my front foot. I'm going to extend the hand through the shot. Bang! And again, take that. Yeah. Bang! Right? What about the arm? I'm going to bring it into a hook. Whack! 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 The acceleration, right shoulder, right hip. Push, rotate, weight into the back foot. Look at the toggles on my shirt. Jumper. Whoop! Okay? Whack! They're doing this. That is how you know you're doing it properly. So, First, you're going to practice it on its own. Set it up, bang, okay? Moving around. Set it up, moving around. And again. Then, you're going to put a jab cross on the front of it. The rhythm, whereas normally you're probably hitting the pads in the bag like this. 1, 2, 3. To commit to the technique and the looseness, it's going to delay your hook. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Because we still want to follow through to the pocket, then whip the hook in. So we're here. And again. That's what we want. So that rhythm, not the first one. Too fast. You can't get the looseness in the whip. We're going. And again. And again. And again. Feeling the rhythm in your body. And again. Floor. All your punches come from the floor. Feet, stance, most important thing in boxing. The uppercut. I like to fire it the same as my cross, and then I chamber the punch, whack, up the middle. And again, you should feel it here, here, popping through the muscles. Pop, pop, okay? With all the force starting in the foot, push. It's not just a twist, it's a push. Accelerate, whack, and here, whack. So if we add it onto the end of our combo, I'll show you first and then we'll talk about the subtleties and how you should feel the floor. So we're going to go, and again, and again. So your body weight should feel springy. Coming and using the elastic energy of your muscle from the hook into the back foot, bouncing off the back foot. Okay? Jab, cross, hook, cross. Watch the toggles. Jab, cross, hook, cross. Jab, cross, hook, cross. Sorry, uppercut. I'm calling it a cross. It's definitely not a cross. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. It's all in the body. The arms are the least important part of any punch. Feet, knees, hips, torso, shoulders, hands, right? So, jab, cross, whip, whip. Wah, 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 wah. So with more speed and more vigour, we are loose and we're balls on a string and I'm whipping it into their face. And again. Right. To develop it further into actual effective boxing, I'm in my stance, my arms are up, my arms and shoulders are loose. There's no tension, I'm just bring my hands here. Same thing. Feeling it through the feet, pushing through the floor. These are just here, they're still balls on a string, it's just the balls are higher up. Okay? If you shadow box it and you commit to this way of doing things, over time, while it's new, you will get tense. Just hands back down. Start from here again. Ha, 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 ha. Right? And let's try and stay as loose as possible. Let's have a look at it on a bag. Okay, let's make it physical. On the bag, again, this is why we keep our wrist flat for contact with the jab, bang. I don't want to hit and my wrist be like this. That's obviously going to hurt. So, we're going back to square one. I'm starting with my hands down. I am relaxed and I'm balls on a string. So I'm here, and I'm going to whip it in like the towel. Okay? And then you go, whoosh, okay? And again, whoosh, and again, whoosh, and again, whoosh, and again, whoosh. Simple. Then we're going to look at the cross, isolated. Again, I'm here. On the bag, it's not necessarily going to come into your pocket because the bag is quite big. But on pads, I don't have a pad holder here because I'm a lonely fellow. On the pads, it will swing through into your pocket. So don't deliberately hit and then put it in your pocket. It's the feel of it. Whack. There you go. That one might come through, but the bag might get in the way and stop your punch there. That is okay. It's the feel. So we're here, ready, and again, and again, and again, and again. See, nice and loose, whipping it in. Then we're going to put jab and cross together, loose. So here, and again, and again, and again. Hook, isolate it first. Set up the hook, bring your right shoulder forward, twist through the front foot. Remember, you wouldn't overthink a slap, you would just slap. Same on the bag. How dare you? What are you doing? Right, then chamber the arm into a hook. Set it up. Okay. It's this movement, pushing my weight into the back foot. So I'm here, I'm loose. And again. And again. Simple stuff. Put the jab cross on the front of it. Remember the rhythm. Bat, bat, bat. Bat, bat, bat. So we're here. Hands loose. And again. And again. And again. The uppercut, you can't do on a bag like this. Push through like you normally would with a cross. Whack, whack, up the middle. Ha. You can, if you want to, fire an inverted body punch into the bag, and it's similar mechanics, but it's not an uppercut. So let's say we're going to do that. That's this. And again. And again. Okay, it's a similar idea. If you can get the bag swinging backwards, there's your uppercut. Okay, so I'm here. I'm here again. Okay, so it is workable. If we try and put it on a bag like this, you can also get an uppercut bag, which I do have, but it's a better camera angle here. Or corner bag over there, it's a better angle here. So on here, we'll try and put the combo together. Remember that the rhythm would be bat, 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 bat. Okay, loose, balls on a string. And again. And again. Okay, hips doing all the work for you. Then make it more realistic from your boxing stance, and we're here. Okay. Sooner rather than later, your punches will be naturally hard and quick. Then, when you want really, 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 really big, horrible power, that's where you put a little bit of into it as well. You should be relaxed and hitting hard and quick. It's the rotation of your body and the production of force in a split second that is punching power, okay? Develop that first. This relaxed, is so good for your development as a boxer. You really need to bring it in to your boxing training. Tension slows you down. Don't be on a bag going, Nobody cares how hard you can hit the bag. A good coach will care how well you can hit the bag. I have seen mad and worked with mad powerful punchers, super duper fast punchers, a combo of the two. I care how well you can hit. You will not impress me with your speed or power. You will impress me with your timing, your positioning, and how well you have a grasp of the techniques, like any good coach should say. Thank you for your time. Thanks for the continued support. I understand there's been a few weeks of no videos, and I do apologise. Life's been getting in the way, but we're back. Thanks for the support on the live streams. Thank you for your time now. Again, give us a like, give us a subscribe, share it, tell your friends, don't tell your friends. We'll do whatever you want to do. More importantly, box. Go boxing now.